Welcome children in this last video on atomic structure. Children, in this part of the video we are discussing the question answers, the exercises of this chapter, and the first exercise is tick the correct choice amongst the following. And the first question is subatomic particles or of atoms are protons, electrons, neutrons, and all of these. So the answer to it is all of these. Then sodium is a symbol of, or Na is the symbol of nitrogen, nickel, sodium, neon. So answer is sodium. Then symbol of potassium is Pb, P, Pu, K. So the answer is K. Then Latin name of iron is natrium, ferrum, aurum, or stannum. So answer is ferrum. Then the next is the valency of aluminium is +1, +2, +3, none of the above. So children, the answer is +3. We are doing this question. It is not cut. We are doing this question. It is +3. Then which of the following are liquid element? That is gallium, bromine, rubidium, francium. So the answer is B, bromium. Bromine, that is the answer. Bromine. Which of the following are liquid elements? Bromine, B. Then children, true and false. In the first one, atoms of different element differ from each other. That is true. So all atoms of different elements are not alike, they are different. Then the molecular weight of a compound is just the weight of a molecule. That again is true. Then third one is, we are doing this, there is no cross on it, it is wrong. A balanced chemical equation is an agreement with law of conservation of mass. This is true. Children, as we all know that matter can neither be created nor destroyed. So whenever we go into the chemical equation for a chemical reaction, then the net mass of the reactant side is always equal to the product side. So it is true. Then the substance formed during a chemical reaction are called products. Yes, it is true. So the substance formed during a chemical reaction are called product. It is true. So you write true for it. Then the molecular formula of bromine is Br2. It is Br3. No, it is false. It is Br2. Then bromine is the only liquid non-metal. It is true. 7th, neutron is a neutral particle. True. Then 8th, the number of atoms in a single molecule of an element is known as atomicity. It is again true. Then 9th, the molecule of an element consists of atoms of same kind. This is again true. Then 8th, there are 80 non-metal discovered so far. Children, this is false. And the answer is there are 17 non-metal discovered so far. Then the next question is, children, you have to write down the names of the following. And I am telling you the names. You can write it yourself. The first is P2O5. This is phosphorus pentoxide. CO is carbon monoxide. CCl4 is carbon tetrachloride. Then NH3 is ammonia. NO2 is nitrogen dioxide. CH4 is methane, or it can be called as carbon tetrahydride. Then 13th is gold chloride. Then we come to the second column. PCl3 is phosphorus trichloride. SO3 is sulfur trioxide. SO2 is sulfur dioxide. H2S is hydrogen sulfide. 10th HCl is hydrochloric acid or hydrogen chloride. 12th is copper sulfate. And 14th is zinc phosphate. So children, I hope you all can write down these names of different formulas which are given here. Then we come to match the following. So children, first, a molecule of an element. Element is made up of only one kind of atom. So the answer is C, N2. Then a molecule of a compound. A molecule of a compound is made up of different kinds of atoms. So the answer is D, NH3. This is a compound. An atom of a metal. So over here an atom of a metal is B, sodium. Sodium is a metal. Then an atom of a non-metal, that is A, nitrogen. Nitrogen here is a non-metal. The substance containing same type of atoms. So a substance containing same type of atoms are called as elements. So answer is F. The substance in which different elements combine in fixed ratio, this is E, compound. So you can match these, children. Now we come to the question answers. The first question is, what substance is made of only one kind of atoms? What substance is made of only one kind of atoms? The answer to this is elements. So elements are made up of only one kind of atoms. Then question 2, name two gaseous elements, and there are many, we'll give hydrogen and oxygen. Then when two or more elements combine in fixed ratio, then what is the resultant product? So the answer is, when two or more elements combine in a fixed ratio, then it forms a compound. When two or more elements combined in a fixed ratio, then it forms a compound. Then the next is, children, name the scientist who introduced the modern system of naming elements. So who was the scientist who introduced the modern system of naming element? Will say J.J. Berzelius. J.J. Berzelius introduced the modern system of naming elements. J.J. Berzelius. Then question 5, children, name one tetraatomic molecule. So the answer is phosphorus, P4. Tetraatomic means a molecule having 4 atoms of the same kind. This is phosphorus. Then children, define atomicity. Atomicity, we already have learned that atomicity means the number of atoms which combines together to form one molecule of an element. So atomicity means is defined as the number of atoms present in one molecule of an element. That is atomicity. Atomicity is the number of atoms present in one molecule of an element. Then children, what do you understand by chemical formulae of an element? So what do you mean by the chemical formula of an element? The answer is, the chemical formula of an element is the formula that shows the actual number of atoms in one molecule of the element. The chemical formula of an element is the formula that shows the actual number of atoms in one molecule of an element. Then children, question 8, what is the difference between 2O and O2? So we'll say that 2O means 2 atoms of oxygen. 2O means 2 atoms of oxygen, and O2 means 1 molecule of oxygen. So 2O means 2 atoms of oxygen and O2 means 1 molecule of oxygen. Now what is a radical? So children, the definition is, a radical is a positively or negatively charged component of a compound consisting of a single atom or group of atoms. A radical is a positively or negatively charged component of a compound consisting of a single atom or group of atoms. Then children, differentiate between a cation and an anion. We'll say the positive radical is called the cation and the negative radical is called an anion. The positive radical is called a cation and a negative radical is called an anion. Then the next question is, state the postulates of Dalton atomic theory. State the postulates of Dalton's atomic theory. So we'll say The main postulates of Dalton atomic theory are: number one, matter is made up of tiny particles called atom. That is point number one. Matter is made up of tiny particles called atoms. Number two, atoms are indivisible. Number two, atoms are indivisible. Number three, atoms cannot be created nor destroyed. Atoms cannot be created or destroyed. Number four, atoms of the same elements are identical in mass and other properties. Atoms of the same elements are identical in mass and other properties. And last point, fifth, atoms of different elements differ in their masses and properties. Atoms of different elements differ in their masses and properties. Then, children, the next question is: explain the modern system of naming elements by their symbols introduced by Berzelius. Name the modern system of naming elements by their symbols introduced by Berzelius. So the answer is number one, J.J. Berzelius gave the following rules. Number one, some elements were named on the basis of their starting letter. Some elements were named on the basis of their starting letter. Some elements were named on the basis of their first two letters when the first letter was already chosen. For example, for cobalt we say CO. We don't say C because C is already given for carbon. And some elements were named on the basis of their Latin names like potassium and sodium. Then children, last is what is variable valency? What is variable valency? Explain giving examples. So we'll say, children, if any metallic element show more than one valency, then it is known as variable valency. If any metallic element show more than one valency, then it is known as variable valency. For example, Fe2 plus and Fe3 plus. Fe2 plus and Fe3 plus. These are two valencies of iron. Then Cu plus and Cu2 plus. These are two valencies of copper. Copper with plus one valency and copper with plus two valency. So children, other examples you can see from the book. Now we'll select the odd one out giving reasons. Number one, electron, protons, neutrons and compounds. So the odd one out is compound. The others are part of an atom. Then natrium, kalium, ferrum, cuprum and calcium. So the odd one out is calcium. The others are the Latin names of different elements and calcium is the English name. Then nitrogen, oxygen, fluorine, bromine and ozone. Over here children will say ozone. Ozone. And next is children sodium, potassium, lithium, aluminium, rubidium. So answer is aluminium because it is having plus 3 valency and other have 1 valency. Then fluorine, chlorine, bromine, iodine and oxide. So all other are elements and oxide is an ion. So children, these are the in nitrogen, oxygen, fluorine, bromine, ozone, children, All others are diatomic and ozone is triatomic. This can be the reason for question number 3. Now children, here I have drawn some atomic structures from hydrogen to calcium. That is the first 20 elements atom I have drawn, and you have to draw all these atoms in your note copy. Over here I have written the first one H. In superscript as A I have written 1, and in the subscript I have written 1. A over there represents the atomic mass, and Z over there represents the atomic number. And children, number of protons is always equal to number of electrons, and it is always equal to its atomic number. So we say that proton is equal to electron is equal to 1, and neutron is always equal to A minus Z, that is atomic mass minus atomic number. So 1 minus 1 is 0. So in hydrogen we have no neutrons, and its electronic configuration I have written as EC. So EC over there means that it has one electron, so only one electron will come in its K shell. So children, I have drawn this atom over here of hydrogen with one proton in its nucleus and one electron in its first shell, and this first shell will be called as the K shell. Then the second shell will be called as L, then M, then N. Then the second structure is of helium. Helium, children, is He 4 and 2. 4 is its atomic mass, 2 is its atomic number. So protons is equal to 2, electrons is equal to 2, and neutrons is equal to 4 minus 2. So it has 2 electrons, 2 protons and 2 neutrons. So children, its electronic configuration is 2, because the first shell can accommodate 2 electrons. So its atomic structure is protons 2, neutrons 2, and in its first shell it has got 2 electrons. Then the next element is lithium. It is 7 and 3. 7 is its atomic mass and 3 is its atomic number. So number of proton is equal to 3, number of electrons is equal to 3, and neutron is equal to 7 minus 3, which is 4. Since it has 3 electrons, so it will be distributed as, the distribution of electrons is called electronic configuration, which we represent as EC is 2 and 1. So in its K shell it is going to have 2 electrons, and in L shell it is going to have 1 electron. So its atomic structure is given. In the same way, children, the next 3 atoms are given on this page. You can see them, you can draw them in your copy. You can pause these videos over here and you can draw. Then beryllium, boron and carbon is given. Then nitrogen, oxygen and fluorine. Atomic structures are drawn of nitrogen, of oxygen and of fluorine. And then we have of neon, sodium, magnesium. I hope you will follow them and you will draw them in your note copy. Then we have aluminium, silicon and phosphorus. Aluminium, silicon and phosphorus. Then we have sulfur, chlorine and argon. And children, you have to draw them with compasses, make them neat and clean. And these atomic structures are always asked to draw in the exam also. And this is for potassium and calcium. So you can pause the videos in between and you can see them and you can start drawing them. I have written their atomic number and atomic mass. By just knowing the atomic number and atomic mass, we can draw their structures. We come to know about their number of protons, electrons and neutrons. And we can distribute them in different shells, and accordingly we can draw their atomic structure. So children, here we have completed this third chapter, which is chapter number 4 of our syllabus, and we'll do the revision again of all the chapters, and this is all regarding the syllabus for the first term, which I already have given. So children, if you have any problem, please do ask, and you have to do all the questions including match the following, fill in the blanks, multiple choice in the note copy. And if you have some queries, you first see in the book, and again if you have problems, you can ask it from me. So children, here we have finished the syllabus in this chapter, and thank you. I hope you have followed it well.